Madam Rebecca Nwanyiegbo Ezekwe ni Onyuke Nezuluke, alias Momsi, who was from the royal family in Nimo, was the first surviving child of her mother, Madam Philomena Onyuke, and the third child of Her Royal Highness late Eze Michael Mojuku Onyuke, the second of Nimo, in Njikoka local government area of Anambra State. She attended the Immaculata Convent School run by Catholic nuns in Onitsha. She graduated in 1938 at the age of 17 years. Her husband, Dr. Philip Vincent Mweke Ezekwe, an obstetrician and gynecologist who was from Ezekwe'S village in Nibo Oka South local government area, was the first medical doctor of Igbo extraction in the whole of Nigeria. Mrs. Rebecca Nwanyiegbo alias Momsi studied dressmaking, catering and design at the Paris Academy of Catering. She was noted for making high-quality dresses and dishes. Madam Rebecca Nwanyiegbo Ezekwe ni Onyuke also trained women in the art of dressmaking. She lost her husband in 1968 when he was 56 years during the Nigerian Biafran Civil War, and the arduous and gigantic burden of training her 7 children suddenly became her lot. However, with God in total control, as she was a deeply religious person, Madam Rebecca Nwanyiegbo Ezekwe succeeded in giving her children the best education can offer, and today the 7 of them are success stories in their different endeavors as doctors, lawyers, administrators, and technocrats. Among her children is Barrister Mrs. Carol Ndaguba, wife of Nwanyiegbo Ndaguba, the golden voice of Nigerian broadcasting. Barrister Carol Ndaguba herself retired as the Director General of NAPTIP, the body set up by the federal government to arrest the export of young girls from Nigeria to different countries for prostitution. Through dogged determination and unwavering faith in God, Madam Rebecca Ezekwe has been able to survive a fatal motor accident in 2002. This triggered off a stroke that kept her on the wheelchair for 12 years and also stopped her from driving her car at the age of 81 years. Madam Rebecca Ezekwe left this simple world on Monday 24th of March 2014, precisely 3 days after her 93rd birthday. Indeed, a great woman who has impacted the lives of many, even far beyond the shores of Nigeria, a mother in a million who loved all without reservation, had passed on. Echoes of her passing reverberated loudly in Nimo, where her husband hailed from, and Nibo, her own place, both in Anambra State. The funeral activities in her remembrance began with a well-organized and well-attended vigil mass. This featured in the main the rendition of soul-lifting music. The officiating priest prayed for the family and gave them words of encouragement before the vigil mass in remembrance of Madam Rebecca Nwanyiegbo Ezekwe ended. As tradition demands, since she was a princess from the Onyuke royal family in Nimo, Madam Rebecca Ezekwe's body was taken in a motorcade to her paternal home at the Eze Onyuke royal family home in Nimo. Here, her kindred paid their last respects to her. She was later laid in state at her residence in Nimo, where sympathizers in their hundreds filed past her remains to pay their usual last respects. Madam Rebecca Nwanyiegbo Ezekwe ni Onyuke, Nnezuloke, lived a very deep religious life. She was a pioneer member of the Confraternity of Christian Mothers in the Church of Assumption, Falamo, Lagos in the early 60s. In fact, she was the secretary of the association. That St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Nibo, in Anambra State, is an independent parish today is due to her single-minded effort with like-minded Catholic faithful. It is therefore no surprise at all that the funeral mass for Madam Rebecca Ezekwe ni Onyuke, held at the St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Nibo, attracted a very huge attendance of people. The officiating ministers of the church service were Reverend Father Joseph Ejim, who is the parish priest of St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Bishop Solomon Amato, who presided over the funeral mass, and Reverend Father Emmanuel Umezunwa, who led the bishops from the Ezekwe'S University, Oka, Anambra State. The church service featured a lot of soul-lifting songs for the repose of the soul of the departed mother in a million. In his sermon at the funeral mass, Bishop Solomon Amato praised Madam Rebecca Ezekwe'S Christian life and the life of service to humanity which she lived in all of her 93 years. He said, "It is our good deeds that drew such a mammoth attendance of people who have come to bid a final farewell to her." He then prayed for Madam Rebecca Ezekwe alias Momsi. The church service also witnessed the offertory and the liturgy of the word, which are integral parts of any Catholic church service. It was songs galore for the great woman as renowned soloists joined voices with the congregation to remember Madam Rebecca Ezekwe in a musical way. There was a Thanksgiving session by all the children of the deceased, their friends and family members, before her body was taken to her final resting place, where a short service was conducted before she was finally lowered. The reception to formally cap the funeral activities for Madam Rebecca Ezekwe ni Onyuke was attended by traditional rulers and other dignitaries like Prince Arthur Eze. The Nimo Sisters Club, of which one of the daughters of the deceased is president, also made a great showing of their love for the mother of all. Appearing in very colorful attires, they sang and danced heartily. Their performance complemented other traditional displays witnessed at the reception. There were masquerades who displayed, female dancers and other traditional drummers also entertained guests at the reception. In their various comments about their loving mother, the children of Madam Rebecca Nwanyiegbo ni Onyuke, Nnezuloke alias Momsi, described her in very glowing terms.
Oh, my mother was the loveliest, most beautiful. I mean, it's literally. She was a lovely lady. She was a gentle lady. cultured, sophisticated, lovely lady. The best mother you can ever hope to have.
If I was 8 years old and Mama died, I probably won't even remember her. But I've spent 55 years with her, and it's difficult. She was a beautiful woman. She raised me. She raised us. So it's hard to see her go, but we thank God.
The only way I could describe her was that she was the example of God's love on earth. That is the closest thing. When you have a mother like we had, then you begin to understand how God must love us unconditionally.
My father died early, and we knew her as our father and our mother. So there's no way I can say now how we are going to miss her.
May God grant Madam Rebecca Ezekwe Onyuke eternal rest in his bosom.